Greetings, wild ones, wildlings, and indigo brothers and sisters. Welcome to my real life Hollywood Housewives reality TV show. I'm just going to talk today about Shreem Brzee, and this is like a results video, like a little testimony. It's a follow-up video from the last video I did, which was multitasking and doing Shreem Brzee while I was doing my laundry, and how easy it was. But what I wanted to share with you guys was how fast it worked. I would say that video only went for 11 minutes, so I was only chanting for 11 minutes. Now, I kid you not, as soon as I finished that video, I didn't even get a chance to upload it to my YouTube channel straight away, because no sooner had I finished it, and it was only 11 minutes long because it cut out on me, I actually saw a friend at my mailbox. I just missed them. They were actually leaving, getting in their car to go, and I realised that left something in my mailbox for me, so I raced out to see what it was. Now, this is totally unexpected, and honestly, no word of a lie, I wasn't expecting this at all. He did owe me money, but I wasn't expecting any payment anytime soon, and certainly not that day. So when I got the envelope out of the mailbox, I couldn't believe my eyes when I opened it, and there was $400 brand new notes, and so it was more than I was expecting to get, actually. And yeah, so it was a big surprise, and it was just crazy because it actually happened straight after doing that video chanting. So I just want to show you that, prove to you that this works, and that's like being the fastest I've ever had so far. So I think the more you do these mantras, the more you chant them, the more the longer you do them, and you need to be consistent, the more miracles will happen. I noticed that things get really tough when I've stopped doing these mantras, and it's like within, well, like now, it was within minutes that I had no money at all. I was actually broke when I did that video. It's usually the reason why I will end up doing some videos like that, is when I'm broke, because it's to help me manifest some abundance and prosperity in my life. And if I can help someone else in the process, that's even better, because this is how the universe works. The more you give, whether it's advice or information to help others, and if someone else prospers from that, the more you give, the more you will get. That's the way the law of attraction works. So I really wanted to share that, because I wanted to do a video straight after I wish that I actually had the camera when I went to the mailbox, because it was such a surprise and I was so excited. It's kind of worn off now because all that money's gone on pills. But I didn't have it before. Now I did another video with the money, what I had left of it, and I was sniffing it and laughing, and for some reason I can't upload that video. I don't know why. It was done on my iPad. I'm doing this one on my iPhone. Occasionally I'll have my husband's professional camera because he's actually a professional photographer, but he's not actually doing that anymore because he's gone off to do some other business. But occasionally I get to use his camera, but I hate it because he bosses me around, and that just makes me mad. And you know, it's not nice when you're angry on the video. So I'd rather just, you know, have an iPhone and shoot these videos myself. Like, they might be really amateur, but this is my real life Hollywood housewife show, not the fake one that you see on TV. Anyway, I also found out that the colour green, so I'm going to paint my nails green, and I've already ruined one nail trying to wait for it to dry, and I've got to do it again. But I painted my nails green because I found out that the colour green is represents prosperity. And I've got my citron here, my citron crystal, which I very rarely take off. I've just put that back on again. And this will attract lots of prosperity, because this is a wealth crystal. It attracts wealth, prosperity, whatever form that can come in. It could be whatever you need at the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be money all the time. People could just give you stuff out of the blue. Like I said in other videos, you could get a pay rise. You could end up with money in your bank account and not even know where it came from, or win some. So you just have to open your mind to the possibility of it coming from anywhere, anytime, and you're not going to know how that will happen. But if you do have goals, then just focus on the goal and don't worry about how. It will just manifest. Like, and a lot of people ask me, well, they see my videos and like it happened with minutes after doing that chant for me, how long will it take for them? Well, if you're a beginner for doing this, I would say you'd have to do it. Everyone's different. It might be just instant for some people, but if you've got a lifetime of bad habits and negative belief systems about prosperity, wealth and money, it's not going to happen in 30 minutes. It's not going to happen in 3 days. I would say you'll need to work on it for 3 months minimum to change all those bad habits. And one other thing I learned was don't say spend. When you're going to the shop to buy something or paying a bill, don't say spend, because spend means end, and you don't want the end of your prosperity or your wealth. So the worst thing you can say is spend. So it's like words are spells. This really is true. And spells are being used against us all the time. I think it's to keep us all in a state of poverty consciousness, because if you're not in a state of poverty consciousness, you won't be a good slave, will you? Because you'll have rise above that level of prosperity, where you might end up being so wealthy that you don't even need to work anymore. So, you know, the powers that be, probably it's not in their incentive to want you to be all powerful. So spells, words are spells, and they are being used against us. And spend, the word spend, is the worst curse ever, and it's keeping us all in poverty conscious and broke, because spend means end. So the best thing to say when you're paying a bill or buying something, like we all have to do, go to the shop and buy some groceries, blah blah blah, the best thing that you can say is, I am circulating my money to come back to me tenfold. But I circulate my money, I don't spend it. So it's hard to change a poverty mindset. So let's say if you were 30 years old, you're probably talking about 30 years of stinking thinking, which would have been handed down by your parents, handed down by your grandparents, and your environment and your peers. And school, the schooling system has a lot to answer for. They are not there to help make you rich. They are there to turn out obedient, good little slaves that will never make it above the level of a slave class. So these mantras are for royalty class. So when you do these mantras, you will raise your vibration and raise your frequency to royalty class. And because of all the years of bad thinking, negative belief systems about wealth and money, it's hard to change that. So this is why these mantras do miracles, because the vibration does it for you. So yeah, if you've never done this before, yeah, you've got a bit of work to do to get results. Don't expect to get results in 3 days, and don't expect to get results in 3 weeks. It could take 3 months or more to change that vibration, because remember, you've got, let's say you're 30, you've got 30 years of it. If you're 20, you've got 20 years of it. It's a long time. It's not going to happen overnight, although some people it just clicks straight away, and a miracle will happen straight away. I'm not saying it won't happen, but most people it's going to take a bit more work. So I hope that enlightens some of you, and stay wild, stay healthy, and have fun. Bye for now.